Good evening. I'd like to ask Pastor Katie Vanderlinden from Ebenezer Church to come up and give an invocation.
Recording in progress.
Oh, there we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. A very warm blessing to you and our fellow siblings who are celebrating the second night of Hanukkah as we are gathered here today. And we also especially remember those, especially in Bondi in Australia, who unfortunately experienced a very horrendous first night of their Hanukkah celebration. So we lift them up this evening. It is a wonderful time of year as many of us gather for many different reasons under many different understandings and celebrations, and I wish to lift up to you the excitement of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa begins on December 26th, and I thought these principles, these daily principles of light, very much reflect what you all do for the city. The first is fostering unity in families, communities, and nations. The second, defining oneself and shaping one's future. The third celebration, building and maintaining community. The fourth, supporting businesses and economic growth, especially for some of our marginalized folks. Restoring traditional greatness. Leaving community more beautiful and beneficial. Isn't that what we all hope to do? And believing in people and leaders and the righteousness struggles. Many of us probably don't celebrate those evenings of light in the Kwanzaa tradition, but what a reminder and what an inspiration for us as we all see the value in community, in family, in traditions, in connections, in support, and in responsibility. And so I invite us now at this time to bow our heads and to think of whoever our Creator is as we listen. Holy and wonderful Creator, we thank you for this time and this responsibility. We thank you for the support of the community, and we thank you for the challenge of leadership. We know this is not an easy task, and there are decisions to be made that not everyone will agree with. But we ask that you help us to reach peace and to seek community and to understand the greater good and the benefit of all. We thank you for those gathered here and those gathered online. We thank you for the decisions, and we ask that you guide and guard all of us in the way of peace and service and help and hope. And as this is the last common council meeting of the 2025 year, may we look back and see progress, see building, and look forward to a brighter future as we remember the tenet to leave this world and this town more beautiful than when we stepped in. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Okay, I'd like to call tonight's Common Council meeting on December 16th to order. It is 7:04 p.m.
Davis? Here. Lampy?
Here.
Berg?
Here.
Bartz? Here. Blanky? Here. Smith?
Here.
Arnett? Here. Wetzel? Here. Moldenhauer?
Here.
Okay, thank you. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay, First on the agenda, minutes of a common council meeting held on December 2nd and December 9th. Mr. Arnett?
Mayor, I'll move for the approval of the minutes of December 2nd and December 9th.
Okay.
I'll
Thank-
second it.
Okay, motion by Arnett, second by Berg. Okay. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, thank you. Next, we have comments and suggestions from citizens present. If you wish to address the council, please state your name and address. You have up to 3 minutes. Okay. Next, we'll move on to reports. We have licensing board minutes from November 12th, Parks Recreation Forestry minutes from November 17th, WMSP Board of Directors minutes from November 18th, Site Plan Review minutes from November 24th, Planning Commission minutes from November 24th, Finance Committee minutes from November 24th, Downtown Main Street minutes from November 25th, Public Safety and Welfare minutes from December 3rd, and Public Works minutes from December 9th. Any questions, comments, anything there?
Mayor Stocks.
Mr. Berg?
Yeah, I want to ask if a person from our Park and Rec can make a comment here, and it's only to clarify, but it shows on the minutes from November 17th that they had under item C, just explaining their increases in their pool pass rates that they're going to have for next year apparently, and it's showing 150% for non-resident rates, and I mean, there's a point at which raising rates has a disaffecting or a diminishing effect on revenue, and it could have you know, a very negative type of consequence by raising a rate that much. But give me a rationale or a reason why, as long as it's in the minutes here, if you could.
You got it, Mr. Lampio, as I could too.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to emphasize here that the 17% increase was proposed essentially across the board. Thank you. The 17% increase was proposed across the board. I'm not exactly sure if it's stated clearly here, but the 150% is essentially an adjustment from all of the resident rates to all of the non-resident rates. So the method here is essentially to recalculate the pool fees based on the 17% increase, and then, as has been done in the past, essentially add 50% to get to that 150% for all of the rates that non-residents pay. So it's not an increase of 150, it's an increase for everybody at about 17%.
And a non-resident
Not-
would be how much more?
17% more than what they're paying today.
I think I want to,
I don't understand the math, but it'll be a different day. The math doesn't make sense to me on how you just gave your explanation, but I thought I'd get some type of a clarification, and you seem to understand the view of the Park and Rec behind this motion, but I'll look into it further. I don't think that the math you just gave me does not add up.
So I will say one of the things that we debated within Park and Rec was whether we want to emphasize the use of round numbers. So there's a little bit of wiggle room. We essentially afforded the Park and Rec director to come up with that. So 17% is essentially the target. And you notice the note there about rounded to the nearest dollar. But essentially, if today's fee is $10 for residents, it's $15 for non-residents. If that goes up to $11.70 for residents, that's going to go up, I'm going to do some math here, about $2 and, yeah, about $17.50 for a non-resident. So it applies to both. It'll go up by the same percentage for residents and non-residents, but the index that we want to keep in place was residents at 100%, non-residents at 150.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Blanky?
so if I could just, I want to make sure I'm understanding as well. So just to simplify, the current rate is 150% of for non-residents, and we want to keep that basically that rate. Thank you. that ratio as we raise it 17%.
Yes, and I think that last sentence where it says, with non-resident rates remaining at 150, the adjusted resident rate is meant to emphasize that that's a ratio calculation after we apply the new resident fees.
Okay, thank you. Anything else in reports? Okay, I'll move on to communication recommendations. Thanks, Mar. Okay, appreciation of your service to Elizabeth Peteraski from Dispatch. Has been working for 10 years for the city. I'd like to thank her for her service. Next, new business, review and take action committee appointments. Mr. Smith?
For the approval of your appointment to the Health Board.
Okay, got a motion by Smith. Second by Davis. Okay. Any questions on that? We'll take a... Okay.
Smith? Arnett?
Aye.
Wetzel? Moldenhauer?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Lampy?
Aye.
Berg?
Aye.
Bartz? Blanky?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Next, review and take action, election inspector, special voting deputies, municipal canvasser appointments for 26-27 election term. Couple of them there. Mr. Smith?
I would move for the approval of each of your numerous appointments to election inspector and voting deputies, etc.
Okay, got a motion by Smith, second by Bartz. Okay, questions, comments?
I know,
Mr. Berg?
just a comment, I know how hard it is to get people to involve themselves on a lot of these types of duties, but tell me, Megan, has this been a challenging type of task, or are you getting a lot of retention from existing people?
Yes, we have a lot of retention
You do.
from prior ones, but we're also receiving new ones a lot too. So if you would like to spread the word, we have an application on our website.
Okay. Thank you, Megan. Okay, all right, Megan.
Smith?
Aye.
Arnett?
Aye.
Wetzel? Moldenhauer?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Lampy? Berg?
Aye.
Bartz? Blanky?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. 9, we have a payroll summary for November 12th through November 25th, and also cash and investments for November 30th, 2025. Okay, I'll move on to licenses. Review and take action, application for a temporary Class B wine and temporary Class B beer license from St. Henry Church for casino night located at 300 East Katy Street
I'll move for
in
adoption.
the gym on January 17th, 2026, during the hours of 6 to 10 p.m. There's that finish, okay. Motion by Berg,
Second.
second by Moldenhauer. Thanks, Myron. Okay, any questions on that? Yeah, okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, thank you. Next ordinances, ordinance 25-24, adopt the plan development overlay district general development plan for the Oxbow at 100 East Division Street, pin number 291-0815-0412-029, and 104 East Division Street, pin 291-0915-3343-053. Sponsored by myself and the Planning Commission on its second reading.
Mr. Mayor? I'll move for ordinance 25-24 on its second reading.
Okay, motion by Blanky, second by Arnett. Okay. Okay, questions, comments on that? Mr. Berg?
Yeah, maybe Brad can comment on this one, but I read through the ordinance, and everything looks fine, but on the last page, it shows under public comment summary that a Sandra Trago ended up making comments about the proposed oxbow structure and how it would affect privacy and shading on the backyards of properties to the north. That was an issue, a month or maybe 2 months ago. Has anything moved forward on that, addressing that concern they had?
So that was the issue of the county line comes into play. She had recommended or requested that they mirror basically the building so that the shading would be reversed. Unfortunately, due to the county line, you can't have that run down the center of the building, and that's what would happen. So you'd be splitting actual units in that building into 2 separate counties, and that's against state law. So the way the building is currently structured, there's actually a wall where the county line is that allows for the delineation between the 2 counties. That's why it's actually not possible on that parcel to do what the resident requested.
Thank you.
Megan?
Blanky,
Aye.
Smith, Arnett, Wetzel, Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy, Berg,
Aye.
Bartz.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, next resolutions, Exhibit 9810, resolution to approve transit agency fare increase effective January 1st, 2026, sponsored by myself and the Finance Committee. Mr. Smith?
Adoption of Exhibit 9810.
Okay, got a motion by Smith. Second by Bartz. Okay. Mr. Blanky, go ahead.
On this item, it's a 33% increase to the current fare from $9 to $12. And I'm just curious as to what is the underlying factor that caused that large of an increase in one rate increase, I guess.
I'm looking for the rates myself, unless Megan or Fred want to say something, but I got them here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Well, there was a deficit that the Transit Commission was recommending means to bridge in the least painful way possible. First of all, this agency fare has not increased for a large number of years, I think 2019. In addition, it is the only fare that is not paid by riders. In other words, there are agencies that provide vouchers or payments for those that are taking the rides. Lastly, we did an evaluation on all the rates, but in this particular instance, comparisons of all of the different shared ride cab systems statewide, and we were not the lowest, but we were among the lower end at $9, and there were many that were already at the $12 rate. So these basically are fares that come to the city to pay for the rides of individuals who are not actually paying for the ride themselves. And while it may seem like it's not that big a percentage of the total fares, it actually, this recommended fare increase would cut our deficit about $10,000, which went a long way to keeping us from having to raise rates for actual rate payers. There's a recommendation for a rate increase for adults, but there are many, many other categories that weren't changed at all.
I believe adults went from 4 to 5, which was the first increase since 2021. Kids with an adult stay at $2. Any Older children under the age of 18 remained at $3, and then senior citizens and disabled remained at $3. So all the other ones stayed the same. Adults was went up by $1, and then the agency, as you just asked about. So most of them stayed the same.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Davis?
But the agency, I think you mentioned this, they are generally subsidized, is it generally through the federal government?
Yes, different government entities
So,
provide those payments for the rides, not the actual riders.
so still tax money.
Yes, it is.
So, there you go, still tax money, our tax money.
Anything else? Okay, Megan.
Smith? Arnett? Wetzel? Moldenhauer?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Lampy? Berg?
Aye.
Bartz?
Aye.
Blanky? Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. B, Exhibit 9811, resolution to authorize a 3-year contract with Glacier Ridge Landfill LLC for solid waste disposal, sponsored by myself and the Finance Committee. Go ahead, Mr. Okay. Motion by Wetzel,
Second.
second by Davis. Thank you. Mr. Berg?
Mr. Mayor, I wanted to, I noticed somewhere in the minutes that were given to us that there was a potential savings of like $71,000 from maybe the current rate that we're paying. And that's very significant, but I'm interested in what we budgeted. I didn't have the ability to look at that to see, are there savings that we can actually benefit from as far as what we budgeted versus what is in this here? And if so, where are those savings going to go to?
I believe Stacy had said that she had budgeted for the contract we've been using the last couple of years, that should be 70,000 under budget.
And
So
solid
what's going to
waste.
happen to
Wait a
the
minute.
70? Yeah, what happens to the 70,000?
Being there, Mr. Stevens wants to maybe speak on that a little better.
You obviously have the ability to modify the budget. Nothing has done yet with that, but there is the savings built into the budget.
And it's solid waste, right? And when we asked Stacy that question at the Finance Committee meeting, she said that it would help them because they have been considering rate increases too, and this may mean that they don't have to do that.
Okay, Megan.
Wetzel? Moldenhauer?
Aye.
Davis? Lampy? Berg?
Aye.
Bartz? Blanky? Smith? Arnett? Motion carried.
Okay, next D, Exhibit 9813, resolution to enter into mutual aid services agreement with Waukesha Fire Department, sponsored by Alderman Annette and the Public Works. And I believe everybody's given a hard copy at your spots today. Mr. Arnett?
Mr. Mayor, I move for 9812.
Okay, motion by Arnett. Okay, second by Wetzel.
Clarification.
Yeah, sorry.
Mr. Mayor, I believe you read off the
Yeah.
9813, and Alder Arnett moved for 9812.
Yep.
9812 is actually the surplus energy agreement.
I apologize, did I?
Yeah.
No, did I read D by accident? I
believe so.
apologize. I'll go back and just reread C. We'll do the same one. Okay, sorry. Exhibit 9812, resolution, thank you, Mr. Blanky. Resolution for surplus energy agreement between Watertown Wastewater Treatment Plant and Wisconsin Electric Power Company, sponsored by Alder Arnett and the Public Works Commission. Okay, well, motion by Arnett and second by Wetzel on 9812. Okay.
Is there there a motion already?
Yeah, I think we're good.
I wanted to ask, if I could then, with our alderperson, Arnett, I mean, it's an intriguing type of topic here of generating apparently an alternate type of energy source with electricity. But what's the impetus behind this resolution, and what is the amount of electricity that can apparently be generated by this method of energy?
I'm actually going to say this is essentially busy work courtesy of the state. So we put the solar array in over at the plant to generate power for the plant. We are not going to be generating any spare power, but in order to do it, the state requires, just in case it should ever happen that we have one little speck of spare energy to sell, we need to have an agreement in place already with the rate established. And that's what this does.
It's a statutory requirement too, so we can't even modify any provision of this contract. It's all, we would have to appeal to the PSC in order to make any changes.
Yeah, no, I think I've heard the rationale, and I appreciate the insight. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Arnett. Okay. All right, Megan.
Happy to entertain.
Arnett,
Aye.
Wetzel, Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy, Berg,
Aye.
Bartz, Blanky, Smith. Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Then we'll move on to Exhibit 9813, resolution to enter into mutual aid services agreement with Waukesha Fire Department, sponsored by Alderman Arnett and the Public Works.
Mr. Mayor, I'll move for 9813.
Okay, motion by Arnett.
Second.
Okay, second by Mollenhauer. Chief's online if anybody has questions.
Is this a cost to our department right here? Looks like it. Right? 33,000?
Go ahead, Tanya.
This cost will be covered by the water department. They have funds available for it, and this is more to support their needs. And then also a secondary benefit to Watertown Fire Department for additional training for our personnel. Our personnel are not trained and certified in confined space, and the hazmat teams and availability in Jefferson County are limited, where this can be a simple phone call to get immediate help and support.
Very good.
Thank you, Chief. Okay.
Arnett,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy, Berg,
Aye.
Bartz, Blanky,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Next, Exhibit 9814, resolution to approve mechanical for wastewater primary pump installation, sponsored by Alderman Arnett and the Public Works Commission.
No.
Motion by Bartz, and second by Blanky. Okay. Okay, Megan.
Bartz, Blanky,
Aye.
Smith, Arnett,
Aye.
Wetzel, Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy,
Aye.
Berg. Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Next, Exhibit 9815, resolution to approve change order number 1 with Mead Hunt for engineering, design, and construction services for wastewater biosolids dryer project, sponsored by Alderman Arnett and the Public Works Commission. Mr. Blanky?
I'll move for Exhibit 9815.
Okay, motion by Blanky, second by Berg. Okay. Questions, comments on the last one? Myron, okay, thank you.
Blanky,
Aye.
Smith, Arnett, Wetzel, Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy, Berg,
Aye.
Bartz. Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Last on the agenda, comments and suggestions from citizens present. Am I wishing to address the council? of up to 3 minutes. Just please state your name and address. You're okay, Mr. Kaddish. Come on up, yeah.
Oops, is this on?
I think is it green?
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
John Kaddish, 204 West Main Street. I'm just trying to get some clarification. I'm at the age now to where I have to be figuring out my end-of-life financial decisions. And what I had thought of doing was to leaving my estate to the Watertown Public Library. But after seeing what occurred with the last donation to the endowment fund and how it ultimately ended up in the decrease in the library budget, I'm just wondering, is there a maximum that can be in an endowment fund? Is that set by a state statute? Is that a municipal thing? Because my estate, though not gigantic, would be more than what that last donation was that set off this firestorm. So I'm just trying to get an idea what number is too much in an endowment fund for what could be used 10 years from now, 20 years from now, for the next major addition or expansion to the library. So if I could get some guidance on that, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kaddish, thank you. Okay. Seeing no one else, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Blanky. Second by Wetzel. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Merry Christmas, everyone.